What's good, pimp? Today marks number 2 of a new little segment we like to call Question of the Week. Now, this segment is dedicated to common questions that we get from clients, from friends, and ultimately common issues that men eventually end up having with women or just currently have with the opposite sex. So let's not waste any time. This week's question, what do we got here? What's up, man? I'm 45 years old and I recently just got out of a rocky divorce about 4 months ago. And to be honest, I'm trying to look to get back out there, but truthfully speaking, it's been so long that I really don't know where to start. Do you have any advice? This right here is a common issue. I want you to know, first off, right off the bat, bro, you are not alone. In fact, you're not just alone in terms of your age group. Truthfully speaking, there's motherfuckers out there who's in their 20s, who's in their 30s, who have the same issue. I mean, truthfully, if you've been in a relationship for a long time and you're monogamous, you have not even, your sword has dulled so bad that the shit is damn near a motherfucking Lego foam sword or some shit. You couldn't even slice a grape with that bitch. So I understand naturally you're like, hey man, I gotta go back out here, hunt these fucking cheetahs and lions, and all I got is this fucking foam sword. Like, this shit is about as sharp as my imagination right now, which ain't all that great. Truthfully speaking, man, corny jokes aside, I know a guy recently, you know, he's in his 30s and he's in the same situation. He feels the same, and truthfully, he's still young. He's only 36, about to be 37, but in his mind, he feels awkward because he's like, man, I haven't been to the club in years. I never really was a big fan of the club, and I never really was a big fan of bars. So outside of that, how do I even start to meet women, especially when his friends, truthfully, like all his friends are married, or his friends are like, they either moved, they're all doing something, or they're married with kids. So he's in a situation where he's now alone. And this is why learning how to talk to women, increasing your seduction skill set, your technical skill set with women is always something that is going to be useful no matter where. Because if you have that mouthpiece, it doesn't matter where you are, how old you are, the potential is always fucking there. On the other hand, it's kind of like, if you teach a guy if you get someone to fish, that's the problem with a lot of guys. When we get into dating advice, we get into seduction, or we get into getting better with the opposite sex, we get into it just enough to get a woman. You know what I mean? You're learning how to fish just enough. You just want the fish. Once you get the fish, you're happy. But what happens when the fish goes bad? The fucking fish goes rotten, and now you're there. You didn't learn how to fucking fish, and now you're there on a boat. You don't got a fucking fishing rod. You don't even know how to build a fishing rod. Your shit is fucked up. It's rusty. It's in the corner somewhere. You haven't used the bitch. You got cobwebs on it. I mean, it's a bad situation. You are in a situation where naturally you are just wondering, where the fuck do I go? I mean, I don't have the social circle. I don't have the girlfriend. I don't have the homies that I used to. I feel awkward going to a club. I feel like I'm too old. Like, where do I even start? Where do you start? You start now. Now is when you start. I know that sounds dumb, and I know that might sound a little bit simplistic, but truthfully speaking, women are breathing everywhere. They're at the gym, you're on the street when you walk by them, they're at the bus stop. It is not this thing where you need to feel like, oh my God, it might feel like that, especially after a breakup. You're feeling alone. I mean, especially if you don't have that support system, you don't have those homies around you saying, hey man, fuck that bitch, yeah, head out with me, you know, take that time off to kind of clear your head. It can be tough, but the reality is you have everything you need right now. If you got 2 legs, you have 2 eyes, you got a fucking mouthpiece. She might have left with half your shit, or she might have left with whatever the fuck, a little bit of your pride, but guess what? She did not leave unless she chopped your dick off. You're fine. Unless your fucking meat is somewhere in the side of the road somewhere by some no hazard sign, you're fine, dude. You have everything you need right now. Truthfully, here's where you can start. If you don't like going to a club, you could try a bar. Now, bars aren't always that fucking, it's okay. You know, you don't have to be like fucking 21 years old just to go to a bar. Bars are a little more chill. You can have casual conversations. You can also meet women there your age. I want you to think about something for a second. While you may be thinking, fuck, I'm a dude, I'm out of this relationship, it seems like everyone my age range is in a relationship, what do I do? Reality is there's also a lot of women who are in the same position. Now, I know some of these single women in their later ages may be a bit of a nutcase, but women in general are nutcases. And truthfully speaking, there's a lot of women out there who are in the same position, but they're even more fucked than you. So for just 1 second, I know you might feel like shit is really bad right now, but think about it. If you were a woman, it would be even worse, because now you no longer have those youthful looks to carry you. You're naturally a passive creature by nature, and you're just not built to approach and fucking lead the interaction, while you, my man, are always built to do that. On top of that, men, older men, you know, we as men, we have certain benefits to being older. We get the, you know, just the image of the fact that you're older, you have your shit together and whatnot. And ultimately, man, you can play that role. The way to win some shit, the way to use something that you perceive to be a weakness, is to take that shit, make it a strength. For example, if you're a shorter guy and you talk to a girl who's way taller than you, or you just talk to a girl who's taller than you, guess what, man? I would put that shit to the forefront. If she's younger than you, you don't hide it like an insecurity, like you don't want to tell your age or whatever the case is. You qualify her. You say, I don't know, to be honest, I usually date women that are kind of older. I feel like younger women are kind of immature. Next thing you know, she's validating herself to you. This is how you fucking do it. Because here's the thing. I'm not going to be young forever. I know technically I'm not an older cat and I'm over here giving this advice, but truthfully speaking, guess what? Eventually I'm not going to be young forever. And when I'm 45, when I'm 55, I am still probably gonna like bad bitches. In fact, I know I am. There's not gonna be a day where you just wake up and your dick just doesn't work anymore. And when that happens, when I get to that older age, guess what? I have shit in mind for what I'm gonna do. I don't even know what it is, but I just know I'm gonna come up with shit, because at the end of the day, I know I can always flip the table. For girls younger than me, I feel older. Reality is I can flip the table. If I'm younger and a girl's older than me, I can flip the tables. I can make her feel like, hey, she's judging me she's judging me too fucking hard, or whatever the case is. So now she's defensive, like, oh no, I'm not judgmental. Now she gives you a shot. This is just the little ways to fucking get past that. And as far as when it comes to where to actually go, truthfully speaking, you might have to deal with the fact that you might have to go out alone, solo, by yourself. I know, it seems like a scary thought, but truthfully speaking, man, it's not a scary thought. It's okay, yeah, it is a little scary thought. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But when you do it, you will gain something that no one else has. I'm telling you right now, I don't give a fuck how many seduction books you read. I don't give a fuck how much shit you read, or whatever the case is. If you only learn how to get good with women, or how to test shit in certain specific situations, you will always have that shit as a crutch. For example, I know guys that killed it in college, but they're not killing it no more. You know why? Because they're not in college no more. I know guys who were killing it at the club as a DJ or whatever the case is, but guess what? If you take them out of their environment, they're not gonna be killing it no more. They're not gonna be killing it nearly as much. You don't want to be fucking reliant on any particular environment, on any fucking set of homies. You don't need no motherfuckers to go out with you. All you need is your motherfucking balls and your mouth, son, and your dick, naturally. But your balls and your mouthpiece, that's all you fucking need, dude. Let me put it like this. I remember the first time I went out solo. I was 18, I was 19. And I was doing seduction. I was learning how to get better with women for years. I was testing it online. I was testing it in school. I was testing it in social circle environments. I was testing it at parties. But I had not really done, like, say, for example, going up to chicks on the street, or going up to chicks in the mall, or specifically non-social environments. 18, 19, that's when I first started doing it. And it got to an age where in the summer, there was one summertime, my first summertime, that I went really hard. That summertime, I went out solo a lot. And since New York City has so much people traffic, I didn't really feel the need to go to a bar or anything like that. I would just go out to the street, find a nice little area, maybe a nice little bench, someplace where I could pull up, have my earphones in, listen to some shit, maybe listen to a podcast, and then I would wait for chicks to simply stroll by. Me personally though, a lot of these fucking videos where you see infields, they got motherfuckers chasing bitches, you're running up and down, and I learned early on that shit is a mess, because 5 hours are gonna go by and you realize you're walking with chicks. So my whole thing was, I would post up somewhere and simply stop chicks, ask for the time, ask for directions, or simply boldly say, hey, I saw you walking by and I thought you looked absolutely stunning. And to be honest, if I didn't say hi right now, I'd be kicking myself for the rest of the fucking day. So hi, my name is Jay. Who are you? This right here, that right there, it taught me something. That summer, I grew probably more in my mind than anything else. No, don't get me wrong. All those type of different situations, they definitely grow you as well. But there's a certain kind of ego. There's a certain kind of gratification when you can do shit on your own. When you realize, like, oh shit, I can have an amazing fucking time, and I don't need to know nobody. You know how many people, they can't go out unless they type some stuff. Hey, anyone doing anything Saturday night? Who wants to go? Oh, nobody want to come. I guess I won't see the movie then. Oh, I guess I won't do that. I guess I won't do that. Like, you need to call a bunch of motherfuckers, text a bunch of motherfuckers just to go outside. When you have that feeling, I remember one day I was killing it all fucking day, and at one point I took the train back from Manhattan, back uptown. As I'm taking the train, I start talking to this white chick who's kind of in her late 30s on the platform. I basically say, like, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, it's really bored. It's really hot right now on this platform, because in that subway station, it was super fucking hot. So that opener came straight from the heart, and that's probably why it worked so well, because I was literally like, hey, it's super hot, and I noticed you, I thought you were cute, and I'm bored, so I just had to say hi to pass the time. Next thing you know, we're talking on the train, and got to a point where I actually kissed her before she left. And 2 girls ended up seeing that shit. Now, those 2 chicks actually ended up being strippers. This was like late at night. This was like 3, 4 a.m. in the fucking morning. As they get off the train, at one point, I also get off the train, and we're waiting at another platform for the next train. They're talking about 2 different things. They're actually selling, I think they're basically talking shit about a bitch. I'm sitting next to them, and I kind of chime in. I go, yeah, fuck that bitch, yo. The moment I say that, they instantly busted out laughing, and they also saw me pre-selected flirting with that other woman beforehand. So that also left a big impression. At the end of the night, I basically ended up taking the train back with these 2 strippers. I even joked that, hey, we're about to go on this train, like, yo, quickly, like, both of you just hold on to my arms. And they did this shit. I walked onto the train with these 2 strippers side by side, arm in arm, and I literally just spoke to them 2 minutes ago. I did it as a joke, but it felt so fucking good. And by the end of the night, I was like, yo, dude, I literally just went home, walked home with 2 strippers. Like, I just didn't do anything but go out by myself, and I had a makeout. I was doing this, doing that. I was having all these different adventures. It was the most liberating shit you could possibly fucking do, is be out alone and know that you have that ability to create something out of nothing. And I'm telling you right now, while you may feel like you're at a disadvantage because of your age, also understand, because of your age, you also have 0 competition. You're not dealing with shirtless fucking Abercrombie and Fitch guy, you know, looking with his hair all cool. You're dealing with a bunch of washed up dudes your age. Dudes your age are washed up. They're fucking depressed. They're damn near ready to keel over and die. You know, you're not dealing with nearly as much competition. You're dealing with 0 competition. The moment you can separate yourself from the other men in your fucking, in whatever category you consider yourself to be in, dude, I'm telling you right now, it's a huge difference. Do not focus on the lack ofs. Focus on what you do have. You have your eyes, you have your balls, you have your mouthpiece, you have your dick. That's all you fucking need. You got 2 legs, you can talk. You're not, you know what I mean? Unless you have ED, if you have erectile dysfunction, then you got a serious issue. If that's not the case, then you don't have a serious issue. You have everything you fucking need right now. Point blank, period. And also, by the way, guys, if you have any questions about this question, because I'm just thinking to myself, like, I feel like there's one last thing I want to say before I wrap this video up, because I feel like even though I'm younger, the truth of the matter is I am gonna hit that age one day, and when I hit that age, I'm gonna be the same killer that I am today. Maybe not in terms of complete activity when it comes to, you know, volume or whatever the case is, but in terms of my ability to talk to women, there's no point. Even if that's why it's so important to get good when you go out solo, because once you develop that skill set, even if you're in the crib for 5 years, it's like riding a bike. You may need that 20 minutes of sharpening your sword. You may need that 20 minutes of getting blown the fuck out. I'm giving you permission. Take that first 20 minutes when you go out alone, solo, no matter how bad it goes, I'm giving you permission. Let that shit go as horrible as possible, because that's when you just getting warmed up, man. You just getting loose, man. You know how many boxers I see, they go into a fight and they're kind of stiff, they're kind of, you know what I mean, and then as soon as they get hit with a good shot, now it's like they finally wake up. Now they're like in rhythm. They're like, all right, fuck this. Like, I got hit. Now I'm ready. Like, now they're not all finicky because they're like, it woke them up. That rejection, that yin and yang duality, you need to embrace that shit. When you go out solo, those first 20 minutes of blowouts, the first 20 minutes where you feel kind of shaky, give yourself that leeway to loosen up. And I'm telling you, man, it's going to make a big difference. That's ultimately what I have to say about this question. Until next week, man, leave a little something in the comments so I can read that shit, bro. I would love it. And with that being said, I still have not come up with a cool closing line for this segment, so I'll just say, man, keep unleashing your best with women and beyond, and don't get caught slipping with these hoes, man.